please welcome your host, Kim Crabill.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee, Conversations of Friends of Faith to encourage and equip. We are so glad you're here. Delighted to have you here in the audience, and so thankful if you're watching us from home. Well, friends, we have something truly exciting for you today. I mean, what we have today, what we're about to discuss over the next 30 minutes, well, can I tell you, it could lead to a remarkable transformation in your life. And I'm not kidding. Just imagine your stress being reduced, your mood lifted, and your immune system enhanced. Now, picture yourself becoming even more capable and strengthening in your social connections while unlocking newfound creativity, all while promoting relaxation, rejuvenation, and do I dare say, boosting your longevity? How can this be, you might say? Well, according to the health statistics from the Mayo Clinic, ProMed, and many other notable research centers, there is only one thing that's the catalyst for all these incredible benefits. And my friends, you are about to experience it firsthand today. What is it? It's laughter, what the Bible describes as the most organic medicine of all. Today, we are thrilled to welcome a guest who has come with only one mission in mind, and that is to make us laugh. With her Southern charm, she has become a viral sensation on Instagram and TikTok, bringing joy and laughter to millions through her "Hey Jesus, It's Me" skits. Her work provides not only a refreshing and hilarious change of perspective that keeps us laughing, but also some truths that will keep us thinking. Here in just a minute will be our friend, the one and only Ellen Skrmetti will be in the house.
Kim Crabill knows all about hidden shame and regret. From the time she experienced a life-altering trauma at age 4, Kim became an expert in hiding her hurt and confusion. In her transparent story, Burdens to Blessings, Kim invites you along the journey from shame and sadness towards healing and hope. Simply go to www.kimcrabill.org. Discover the confidence and courage to be you again, and discover the power of your story.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee. I am so excited to introduce to you Ellen Skrmetti. Ellen, come on out. Hey, Cheesy. Hey, Cheesy. How are you? So good. Come in and have this.
So much for having me.
You're here in person. I just want to, yes, it's her.
Me. I can't believe I'm here either. I'm so happy. I'm so glad we're in our pink.
Oh my goodness,
We're ready.
matched. We might be sisters.
Probably.
Because I'm not funny like you.
Well, in the South, you know, if we rake up Ken long enough, we will find out that we are cousins.
I will take it.
Yes.
I will take it.
We'll just go ahead and call it. We're sisters in Christ.
We're sisters.
Yes.
We're sisters. Oh, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And I reached out to you thinking, which, by the way, I love this book. I want to know about the banana. But, I reached out to you not even thinking you would respond. And you did.
Yes.
And you said, oh, my gosh, I've been praying that God would expand my territory. And here you are. And you just made me feel so special.
Well, you are special, but you never know how the Lord is going to use you.
Right.
And isn't that just an amazing thing of why we need to talk to Him every day?
Yes.
Because when the first time I did a Hey Jesus, It's Me sketch, after I posted, I thought, you know what? That could be a great way to remind people, laugh with Him, talk with Him.
Yes.
He is absolutely there for us in the hardest times.
Yes.
But if you were to ask Him, Lord, how much is too much for me to talk to you? That number doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
And so you never know how He's going to use you. But that truly has been my prayer, because you never know what the Instagram algorithm is going to do.
Wow.
And you know that I run into people all the time, oh, my friend brought me to your show, but I'm not on Instagram. So I thought, Lord, I'm just going to give this to you. Instead of me just trying to write more and post more, I'm going to let you do the work. And then here you are, and here we are.
And here we are. Well, I want to share with the audience and our TV friends. I know they've seen you many times, but I want to remind them. We all want that laugh, so we're going to take, I think, 30, 60 seconds to watch one of your, hey, Jesus,
Okay,
it's
perfect.
me.
Perfect.
Okay, let's watch this one.
Hey, Jesus, it's me. Listen, I was reading that Bible verse, better a husband live in the desert than with a nagging wife. Oh, hit me like a ton of bricks. Hit me hard. Now, here's my question. Do I just take him to any desert?
Do you get cracked up at that? How do you come up with this?
Well, yesterday morning I woke up, I had nothing. So I poured my coffee, I opened my Bible, I did Jesus Calling, and at some point the Lord will just almost like download it or just send you funny things, or I may Google, what does the Bible say about women? And you will get a lot of great things that Paul said.
Yeah.
But,
you find humor in.
You find humor in, especially, if you just take the tools of comedy, which is like you kind of take a word and flip it, like, what if it meant this? And my husband and I had the best time laughing. What I loved about that reel is that so many husbands chimed in. And like one husband said, hey, we're all in the Sahara. Meet us there.
That's so great.
So what I love is that everyone got the joke. We're not going to continue to nag. But, yes, I loved the banter back and forth.
One of my favorites is when you do it. It's the one about, oh my gosh, I just went completely. The one where you're talking about when we all go to heaven.
When we...
Singing.
Shouldn't that... Some people need to be singing when y'all get to heaven, because I don't know that we're all going to be there. And then in that was such a special one. That took me years to figure out how to turn that into something, because I'd casually said to a girlfriend, some people just need to be singing when y'all get to heaven. I don't think we're going to have to worry about them in the hereafter. And then I thought, well, like, that's mean on its own. But my minister he preached and he talked about how the Lord heals us in private. And I thought, well, how beautiful is that we don't always see how someone is healed. So for me, the point of that message was, I'm saying, hey, Lord, not everybody's going to be here. And he's saying, worry about yourself.
Yes.
Because he has taken care of that. And how grateful are we that the Lord does not take us out to the town square.
Yes.
And remind everybody, here's what remember what she did wrong. I just want you to all know that she has repented. But that's, usually that is, alone and, with our family. And so that was the deeper meaning behind that, but wrapped in humor.
Well, and I think that's what I was talking about in the introduction. It's like, it's funny, but it makes you think.
Yes.
It's like, because we've all been caught in thinking about that person or that person. It's just who we are. We're working on it. Maybe we do it less now than we used to. But then you come back and Jesus says, just worry about yourself. And you think, there's such a profound truth in so much of what you do. There's one more clip that we want to show, because this is the one that captured my heart. This one all the others captured my laughter. They make me think some, but this one I saw, this is what caused me to reach out to you. So let's watch this real quickly.
Hey, y'all, how are you? I'm at the Tampa airport. And, something I've noticed is that every time I talk about the Lord or Jesus or my faith, I always lose followers. And I just want to let y'all know that in light of that information, nothing's changing, okay? Nothing's changing. I love Jesus. I love the Lord. I love being a Christian. I love the Spirit. I love the feeling. I almost can't even put it into words, but nothing's changing.
That just captured my heart.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And I hope what that also did is help other people feel more confident and comfortable to tell others about the Lord. It is, years ago, I felt like that was the easiest thing in the world, but now it's something that people like to just say, oh, I'm going to send good vibes your way, and I just prefer to say what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to pray to the Lord for you, which is, I may not go that deep, but I'm just going to say I'm praying for you, as opposed to I'm going to send you healing energy, or I'm going to send you good vibes.
Yes.
I just want to be strong and help other people feel comfortable to say, you know what, I'm going to give that over to the Lord. I'm going to pray for you. And also, I knew that I needed to step up how much I talked about Jesus, because someone in a book review said, you may be surprised from her comedy how Christian she is. And I thought, oh, well, let me do a better job.
Oh,
let me amp it up, because I don't want to be lukewarm.
Yes.
But sometimes people may find me from, I do Southern mom sketches where I talk, my mother was committee on committees
Yes.
at the Baptist church, and church parking lot humor or rush humor. So people may find me from something else, but then they may get turned off if I start talking about Jesus too much. And I'm just going to pray for them, but I'm not going to stop.
Well, and that's what I love. And you said that you had lost some, but you said that that's been...
That reel has been nothing short of amazing, because typically when you go into your analytics and you see how many followers you get, it correlates with the views, and it correlates with the amount of times that it's been shared. This does not correlate. I have gained so many more followers from that than from a reel that just went viral and got millions and millions of views. So I wish I would have been wearing makeup. I wish, or had put a filter on my face. And my mother is probably watching this right now going, I know, I do too. I wish you had put on a little bit more makeup and done your hair if you're going to do a reel.
Oh, you're so funny. I do love your Southern moms. I love the one where the girl comes down and you go, you're going to wear that?
Yeah.
That's what and I'm thinking, oh, that's so what my mom would do, in her own kind of, you need to look better kind of way.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, you don't want to just put on a little bit of lipstick. You don't want to, just a little blush. You look like you're dying.
How did you get to be so funny? How did you get to be so funny? How did this start? Because I want to be you.
Yes. Well, truly, I feel like we're all born with a gift. I feel like the Lord gives us gifts, and it's up to us whether or not we work and hone that gift.
And grow it and expand it, right?
Yes. So you can have talent, but hard work is what gets it.
Yes.
So I was always a funny child, always hysterical.
Were you really?
Yes.
You started as a little one.
I always got talks on my report card.
No, I don't.
Right.
Do y'all believe that?
And at some point, I just told my parents, I was like, y'all are just going to have to let it go. Like,
when you were probably 6.
Yes, I was like, listen, this is going to happen. And my dad actually came in the room one time, in my bedroom, and he said, Ellen, is there any way for you to not get talks on your report card? And I said, I don't think so, Daddy. I don't think we can. I mean, it would be easier for me to get an A than to not have talks on my report card. So, but I had fear. I had fear. The first time I talk about my pageant experience, I was in Miss Mississippi in 1995, and right before I did my talent, I got stage fright, and I prayed a very naive prayer, and I said, Lord, if you will get me on and off the stage, I'll never get on another one again. It was years before I realized that the devil used that to keep me from ever getting on the stage again. I believed I had stage fright, and I lived in that. And what hit me, I can still remember it clear as day. I felt like the Lord said in my spirit, I never took that bet.
I never took that bet.
I never took that bet. Like, because just because I said, hey, Lord, if you'll do this, I'll do that.
Yes.
He didn't say, okay. He didn't make a deal with an 18-year-old. And what I say in my stand-up show, so what I really should have said was, hey, Jesus, it's me, I'm scared. Oh. Instead of trying to make a deal. But once I realized, I thought that sneaky devil was trying to keep me, because he knew that if I ever had a hot mic, I was going to give God all the glory and not say, oh, it's because I'm so beautiful. But so my husband got me stand-up comedy writing classes for my 41st birthday.
So he saw it in you.
He saw it, and he knew that I loved comedy, and he knew it, so he saw it. I tell women all the time, I'm like, if you have a dream, trust your husband and tell him your dream too. So that way, when all of this started to happen, he's been on the road this whole time and watching it and cheering me on. So for my 41st birthday, Tim and the kids got me stand-up comedy classes, and I started to learn the theories behind writing comedy and where comedy happens and honing that skill. And I finally got on stage for the very first time, and that was the Thursday before COVID happened.
Oh my.
I finally got on stage. It was amazing. Our babysitter had to cancel. Tim said, don't worry about it. I'll watch the kids. I'll catch your next show. That comedy club is now in like an orthopedic surgeon's clinic. So we plan and God laughs.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
But when it opened up, I thought, after I cried, I said, okay, Lord, you're going to use this for your good, and you're going to figure this out. Well, Second City out of Chicago, they had to keep their doors open, so they started offering online comedy writing classes.
Oh.
So I took their classes, found a great community, and one of my teachers said, guys, we're getting so many students who have they've made these huge Instagram followings from COVID, and they're getting booked into comedy clubs, but they don't know how to do stand-up comedy, so you guys are going to be ready. She now jokes, Ellen, that was not a business plan. I didn't mean for you to do that. So I told my husband, I said, I think the only way I'm going to find my women and find my people is if I take my stand-up jokes and I turn them into reels.
Yes.
And he said, I think you're right. And I wanted him to say, no, honey, don't do that. I prayed, and I said, no, don't you think people will say, oh, Ellen's crazy? And he goes, they already know.
The secret's out.
He was like, everybody knows you're crazy. And so I posted my first reel on Instagram.
What was your first one?
Okay, it was a piece I worked on for Second City, and the first reel, it's so bad, but it was about how during COVID, we were only open to essential businesses, and one of them was Kelly's Love Stuff Adult Superstore. And if they did curbside, you might want to edit that out, but that was really it.
It was just fun. You all didn't hear that, but that was fun.
It was fun. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I just thought that was hysterical because they did curbside.
Yes. Well, see, that's what is so amazing about what you're doing. You find serious matters and you turn it into something that we can laugh about.
Yes, but yes, they were doing curbside. But my first reel that ever went viral was If the Queen Died in the South. And I did that because my husband and I were having a conversation. It was Friday afternoon. We were watching Premier League soccer to pass the time until football season started. And we were about a week out from football. And my husband said, well, there's not going to be any Premier League soccer this weekend. And I said, well, like none? He said, none. And I said, why? And he said, well, the Queen died. And I said, well, honey, she's been gone a week. And I said, if we were in Ripley, Mississippi, we would be, she would be kicking up daisies by now. I mean, she's older. Like, we would have had that funeral in like 2 days. If she'd have died on a Monday, we would have her on the ground on a Wednesday. I mean, and he said, well, maybe in your small town, but nobody else's. So I thought, I'm just going to do a reel from the standpoint that if the Queen died in the South, and I just said verbatim everything I've ever heard my mother and her girlfriends ever say on the phone, which is, if somebody's in the hospital and they're older and they're not doing good, and it's like, well, if they go tomorrow, we'll do it on Thursday. But then we need to kind of go ahead and have it because this is happening, and in my town, it was going to be the opening of football. And she would have wanted us to just go ahead and do this. And it's what she would have wanted. And just how we are just sitting on ready, rocket on go. I walked into the house one time and my mother had made 4 pound cakes and 4 coconut cakes. And I said, what's happening? And she looked at me and she goes, somebody could be dying right now.
Oh my God.
And she will just get stressed if her freezer is not full of food to take to somebody, or if she's not funeral ready, she will just get stressed, and she will just stress bake and just to make sure that she has something ready to take to somebody at a moment's notice.
So it sounds like you have a lot around you that makes you laugh. Do you ever just here's the question. Do you see laughter in everything? Do you see fun in everything?
99.99%. And I feel like if you let enough time pass, there will be humor in almost. There are exceptions that prove the rule. But I also believe that laughter is when you know you're going to be okay.
Yes. I read where laughter, when you laugh, you are at your most vulnerable.
Yes. When my precious Aunt Jen, who is where I get my humor from, when she passed away, none of us talked about it, but she loved big costume jewelry. And it was my mother, her other sister, her Aunt Jen's daughters and daughters-in-law, and we all looked around and we died laughing because we noticed we were all wearing the biggest pieces of costume jewelry. And it was not coordinated, but it was in that moment I thought, you know what, this is not going to be the easiest road. This is a very, very hard goodbye. but we're all going to get through this together. Yeah. We're all going to get through this together. Mm-hmm. So, yes, laughter is just, sometimes we laugh when we're not supposed to, but it's still a sign that we're going to be okay.
Yes, and the benefits. The benefits of laughter is just so incredible. And the joy. I read let's see. Yes, I read this somewhere, and you'll like this. It says, the world didn't give me this joy, so the world can't take away this joy.
Oh, that is beautiful.
You want to use it?
I do.
It's not mine, but...
Well,
So do a Hey Jesus with that.
Oh, let me see. How about this? How about if I give you this nugget that I love?
Okay.
That I have to remember as a working mom, comedian with 2 kids. If the devil can't make you mean, he'll make you busy.
Yes. Yes.
And if that won't teach you how to say no to things.
Yes.
You know, and people are like, you are so good at saying no. Because I'll have people who'll say, like, will you come do this? I'm so sorry, I can't. They're like, well, that was a quick no. And I'm like, because I have the Lord guiding me to help me to understand that I cannot do everything. Mm-hmm. And I think the devil has given up on making me mean, except in Atlanta traffic. Sometimes in Atlanta traffic, the devil is like, I see a spot. Yeah. I think I can get in there. Yeah. Yes, but other than Atlanta traffic, the devil's like, I can get her by making her too busy.
Yes.
And making her not present with her family, and making her I can make her think that she's putting the Lord first and put everybody second. So I try to live by, if the devil can't make you mean, he'll make you busy.
Yep. That is so good, because it's so hard for women to say no. But when we say yes to everything, we're literally saying no to other things that probably may be more important, even if it's our own rest.
Right. And we need our rest. Mm-hmm. He gave us the Sabbath for a reason. Mm-hmm. We need our rest, but then my most important job are my kids. I have a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old, and if I help lead people to Christ at the expense of my own children, I've done nothing.
Yes.
Then I've absolutely done nothing. I don't want any of it. Yeah. And I talk with the kids. That's the other beautiful thing, is that birthday present of comedy classes, that was from them. Mm-hmm. And they would see me put them to bed, and then I would stay up late and just practice writing. Mm. And so they have watched all of this happen from the very beginning. So they're proud of me, but I don't want to take advantage of how proud they are.
Yes. Oh, that is so beautiful. I love the fact that they gave you the lessons and you took advantage of them, and now look what you're doing around the world. Good for you. We got to take a break.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to do a Hey Jesus somehow. I don't know.
Somehow we're going to do it.
Somehow.
Okay.
Kim Crabill knows all about hidden shame and regret. From the time she experienced a life-altering trauma at age 4, Kim became an expert in hiding her hurt and confusion. In her transparent story, Burdens to Blessings, Kim invites you along the journey from shame and sadness towards healing and hope. Simply go to www.kimcrabill.org. Discover the confidence and courage to be you again, and discover the power of your story.
Hello, everyone. Ellen is still in the house. Oh, my gosh. I just absolutely love and adore you. Thank you so much for coming to
I am
Coffee.
loving this. I'm loving this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, what has been maybe your biggest surprise in all of this?
I would pray, when I started Instagram, my prayer was, dear Lord, do something so big, it could only be you. As a child, I was taught that, I remember a minister telling a story saying, what you don't want to have happen is you get to heaven and the Lord opens and says, these are all the gifts I had for you. All you had to do was ask. And I thought, I want to get to heaven, and I want the Lord to say, you used everything I got you, girl.
You used it up.
You used it up.
Yeah.
But I could not see how this could happen. My human brain could not. So I prayed that prayer, and just to see how the Lord at every step has brought people into my life to make things happen has just been awe-inspiring, and it's beyond anything I could ever imagine.
Ephesians 3:20,
Absolutely.
my life scripture. May I ask you a question that's not funny?
Yes, yes.
Are you always this happy? Do you ever have sad moments?
A comedian, I like to say, a comedian, we can go as low as we can go high. So as high as the endorphin rush can be from making people laugh, if we're not careful, we can go that low. One thing that can be hard that people don't realize, when I do a reel and it goes viral and people like it, I never hear the laughter. And I remember the first time I heard people laugh at one of my reels, they showed it, they did it before a show, I almost started to cry because I never hear people laugh. You just see hearts and comments. There was a moment in time where I was praying, dear Lord, will you make me so big that I can stop doing reels? Simply because it can be hurtful to read mean comments.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I can't go into a chamber and be a size 4. You know, I can't be everything to everyone and make you like me. But some people, their thumb is broken and they can't scroll past things they don't like.
Right.
And they think that they have to leave a mean comment and then they'll scroll past. And they don't know that you can scroll and not, they don't know that. But I truly felt the Lord say, this isn't about you. This is not, so I am more dedicated than ever to doing my reels because I realize I've had people at the show say, Ellen, I'll have a hard day and I'll just pull up Instagram and go, what's she into now? And you know, this one husband, he said, this is the voice that's on the other side of my pillow because when my wife gets in bed, we listen and I laugh and I try to act like I'm not laughing. And so I have realized and have found a new sense of joy in the reels because the Lord is like, I need you to keep doing these reels. Yes. And how many people get asked to do something that they don't want to do for the Lord? And how lucky am I that all he wants me to do is post reels. He doesn't want me to go to a foreign land. He just wants me to post reels. So who am I to question that? So truly, there can be some sad times. And the hurtful, I've grown closer to the Lord through the hurtful comments. There was a time that one negative comment, and honey, I would take to the bed. I was in the bed. And now I go, you know what? The Lord loves you and I'm trying. Which was the Hey Jesus It's Me from 2 days ago, which was, can we have a bronze rule instead of the golden rule? Can we go a couple of rungs down, which is the Lord loves you and I'm trying.
I love that. Well, I can't imagine anyone ever leaving a negative comment. I'm here to tell you that I'm one of those who, when I feel like I'm having a bad day, I go, what is Ellen doing? I need to check her out, and I will just watch it, and it's so funny. I know it's going to be clean. I know you love the Lord. You raise all of us up. So on behalf of all of us, thank you so much. And we want
you, women. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And we want you, as we close out the show, to hear the clapping of everything that you've done.
Thank you so